Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here back with Phoenix Wright Conflict Interest. So, it's been quite a few days since last time, and I am sorry about that. I had some issues with memory and disk space, so it kinda led to, even when actually did recording and editing through some things, it just kinda corrupted the video file. I managed to download a new hard drive, and we're back to shaping order. So we last left off. Basically, we just came with a proposition that Iris isn't the one who shot the gun, and to explain the whole collar being broken, as a body suggests that it could have been from literally just the gun's kickback, like literally injuring Iris from being an inexperienced gunman. Literally, she just fell off the balcony or was pushed down. But yeah, that's not gonna hold up too well, because then we get to prove who pushed her off the balcony. Oh boy. Your possibility is not strong enough. This is supposition at best. We need to get all loose ends figured out. There's nothing to figure out. If nobody saw the suspect being pushed, there's only her word to go on. You'll need to do better if you wish to clear her. Am I never gonna make any progress here? Well, I mean, if you get a tracker, then. If I let Porter walk out now, this might be it. Well, guess what? This means she did it then! We should already realize this now. I mean, who else could be this prepared for, like, a gun thing if not her? She's paranoid. Because if it's not her, then it must be someone else, and boy, then someone must be lying. I can't give up until I heard everything from her. Miss Porter, did you see anything, hear anything, smell anything? Okay, just for giggles, did you smell anything? Did you like the grass? Smell anything suspicious? What? Smell is the most memorable sense. Oh, give me a break. No, you were there too. Jeez. It didn't work, but I can't give up. Miss Porter, did you... Well, she saw the inside of her hat, and, you know, the grass in the ground, so she was watching grass growth and all that, but did she hear anything? Phoenix's ears definitely were, like, ringing from the first or second shot? No, second shot, yes. Hear anything suspicious? Gunshots. Besides those. No. Are you sure? She said no. How bluntly does she need to put it? More. The stage, we already covered that she may have temporary hearing loss. She wouldn't be in a position to testify in this. It didn't work, but I can't give up. Miss Porter, did you... She saw anything? See anything suspicious? She said no. Stop badgering her. Dumb question. That didn't work, but I can't give up. Miss Porter, did you... Okay, no. You know what? Shut it. Just shut it. Please just listen. No, you listen. I said all I can, it's not good enough. Why can't you just get it through your stupid face that it was her? I'm not letting a cold-blooded killer just waltz out of here. You're sick. Sick, do you hear me? Sick! Miss Porter, I just want to leave me alone. More pepper spray. You said you confiscate that. Again. I did. Last one in the crime scene had the two taken away. Now this, she just has an infinite bottomless pit bag of pepper spray, okay? There's nothing you can do about it. How much pepper spray does she need? Okay, let's see. There's 2 under her hat. There's, like, you know, like, there's obviously 5 up each sleeve, you know, trick up your sleeve and all that. There's some just inside the pockets, like, you know, just the breast pockets, the suit pockets, the pants pockets, and then and several in the shoes as well, just for extra leverage. Witness, I told you I removed you from here, and I wasn't joking. A lady has to defend herself. I have rights. A lady is not the term I want to use. Well, that's been left behind a long time ago. Aha! Please just take her out to lobby anywhere. Yes, sir. You'll never take me alive. Well, I knew she was upsetting you, but I didn't think you'd actually cut her off. She was warned. I'm not taking chances after last time. This courtroom will be kept in order. I'll see to that. She was a bit eccentric, that one. We get a fair share of all witnesses. They say no flaw to any case that Wright takes. Her Honor, now that the witness has left, request that a verdict be decided. Oh, are we finished? What? Wait, it's too early. I've shown you my hand, you show me yours. There's nothing left for us to say. Yay. The facts in this case are quite clear. Everything points to her. Case closed. Doesn't matter Porter got kicked out. This was all for nothing. Mr. Nick, what are we supposed to do? The trial ends now. I won't let it. There has to be a way to extend things. There's one thing we haven't mentioned yet. One person, rather. That's right. He won't be expecting that. Remember, it might hurt Iris. You don't have a choice. It'll be over if you don't anyway. I don't know what she's gonna say. Time to take a shot in the dark. I haven't shown everything. We can't end yet. Trump card? Well then, I'm all ears. Let's hear it. Time to bring in a witness for the defense. A witness? Who exactly else saw something? Meredith Faye saw someone, but we definitely, she already said point blank that she saw Iris, so... And we haven't heard from Raphael Donatello. Well, basically, Meredith, backed up. He was with her, so either he was just sitting in the same room or saw the exact same thing. So, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. And there's Dahlia Hawthorne? There's really not anyone. Pearl hasn't mentioned seeing anything, so no. Bikini was the front gate. Iris, we already heard all about that, so... Maya's unconscious! Waters wasn't there, Gael Dune wasn't there. Literally, either... Okay, it has to be Meredith or Donatello. It has to be one of the two. There was one more person who saw the defendant. We still need to hear from her. Oh, another witness? Your Honor, Meredith Faye, the owner of the mansion, also saw something. She never reported it to the police. She knows something we don't. A third witness. If that's the case, we'll need to hear her story. Meredith Faye. She reported nothing to the police. You've done well to find something that I couldn't. Once again, I'm impressed. Bailiff, go bring this woman here now. Oh, Donatello's here too. Turtle time. Witness, please introduce yourself. Meredith Faye. Being witness to be held in my home. I see. And who is this with you? He is my caretaker. He goes where I go. Okay, caretaker, okay. Mr. Phoenix, I was under the impression that we agreed this would not be spoken of. I had no choice. It was this or a guilty verdict. And I'm sorry. You've done what you could. Is it true that you saw the defendant? Yes. It's true then. Why have you hidden this until now? My family has been suffering. I did not wish to add to it. Are you happy, Mr. Phoenix? Know what I must say? This is a shot at finding the truth. I had to take it. My testimony won't solve anything. You're only hurting her. You won't know until you tell us what you saw. You brought me here, so there's nothing I can do anymore. I will say what little I know. That's all we ask. Well, you're on the second floor, so you had a more vantage point over everything happening, so you can probably see what everyone was doing then properly. When I saw my granddaughter, I took a glance out a window after taking the first two shots. I saw a few people out in the yard. One of them I'm sure was Iris. She was by the eastern balcony. She looked confused, dazed by the eastern balcony. She didn't run for the house and out of my sight. Out of my sight? Yesterday she was worried she might convict Iris. This can only help her. Why hide it? Do you have anything else to add? You asked what I saw, and that was it. There's nothing more to say. Mystic Faye, if you'll excuse me, this testimony does not clear her granddaughter at all. Recall, she was arrested at ground level. You seeing her there is not strange. Yes, I know. Even with its timing, you don't find it odd? No, I don't. The biggest oddity is that nobody else has said they saw her there. It contradicts all the testimony, and therefore she must be mistaken. No, she's right. She has to be right. She has to be. Then prove it. This may be your last chance. This testimony is what will keep the case going. We can't stop now. In order for Iris to be safe, Mystic Meredith has to seen her. So, like, if she says Iris is only staying ground level and she ran inside, then... Actually, that has to be a lie, then. Because, like, police found her in the courtyard, so... Did she miss it? Nearsighted! She said she was nearsighted. She could have just saw Maya and Phoenix, or even Pearl just run inside, since literally just... God, what was it? I keep forgetting her name. Gladys, like, obviously just fell onto the grass, and because of her hair, she wouldn't have seen her. Perfect disguise. So that's what I'll prove. When I saw my granddaughter, I took a glance out a window to hearing the first 2 shots. Okay, it makes sense. How many did you hear in total? 3. I'm losing my sight, not hearing. Losing your sight? Perhaps we should emphasize that part. Perhaps. I can't be questioning your sense at a time like this. We need her testimony to work. It has to be Iris she saw. I think she would recognize her own family. One would hope, wouldn't they? Unfortunately, there are no guarantees of this. She looked outside to hearing the first 2 shots. You would have already run inside at that point. Is there anything wrong with this? No. I can't see anything that might help me. I better keep looking elsewhere. If one of all these statements are object to this and that, then it has to be Iris running inside then, so, I saw a few people out in the yard, one I'm sure was Iris. What else do you see? The others were too blurry to make out. My eyes aren't what they used to be, but I'm sure you can deduce who they were. That would have been us and Mystic Maya. It had to be. Did you see Iris? No. You? Me neither. The testimony is the only thing not placing Iris at that balcony. Something has to be wrong with it, but I'm not sure I want to know what. For honor, the witness's eyesight renders her unreliable. But we even be having this discussion? I'm not finished. Press the witness until you find something to bluff through then. Is that how it's gonna be? Legitimate strategy? How could she have seen Iris there when nobody else did? Did she mistake her for somebody else? Or was there more at work? Was there anything wrong with this? No? Well, I mean, there's no way you can, like, mistake Iris for someone else, then, right? Better keep looking elsewhere. She's by the eastern balcony. She looked confused, dazed. Dazed and confused? That would be understandable for anyone. Just to clarify, she was under the balcony, not on it. Yes, she was standing fairly close. Was anybody else there? There was one other person lying on the ground. Oh, dang it, you saw her through her disguise. But she was too blurry, I couldn't make her out. I'm sure you could deduce who they were. Everyone must have made it inside yet. When did you say this was? Shortly after the first shot. When was it? Oh, I'm terrible at this sort of thing. Mr. Raphael, do you recall the time? It was half past the hour, ma'am. Around 1:30. Well, you have to take his word for it. I suspected it was a completely different time. She was shot an hour earlier. Not good. Was there anything else? Was there anything wrong with this? I guess the time would be it? If... You know, I don't even, like... It doesn't seem like we have penalties for this, so maybe we could actually object to anything. Like, wait a minute. I just noticed a hole in that last statement. It will show it to us. This piece of evidence contradicts what we just heard. Okay, never mind. It's one of those present things. Okay. Well, not taking anything of the time, so they already brought it up, so... The only well... the clock? Large clock, the man has been in yard, the hour hand is frozen to the 1 o'clock position. Well, I mean, that explains that, actually, so, like, it contradicts it, but... Well, explains it, not contradicts it, but... I mean, we already, like, literally... The body just brought up the whole thing of, like, that happened at 12:30. We don't even have that in time, or anything like that. Does we even have anything that mentions it, like, 12 o'clock time? But if Raphael mistaken as 1:30, then obviously the clock is a blame. But even if even this is like something completely, it's something to worth trying out, right? Okay, that worked. Okay, 1:30. Are you sure about that? Yes. Would it shock you, Mr. Donatello, if I told you the shooting took place an hour before? No, because we were just told this. Impossible. What? He literally just said that right now, though. How can you make such a simple mistake? It was a clock in the courtyard. The hour hand is permanently stuck in the 1 position. No matter what time of day, it will always appear to be 1 o'clock. Sorry, Faye, I would have hoped you would remember that by now. I don't know what to say. I suppose this would mean it was merely 12:30. My mistake. No harm done. One would normally expect the clock to work, wouldn't they? What time were we there? It was 12:20. We read at 12:20. We spoke with Pearls and Porter until 12:30. That was when we saw her in the balcony. I was seen in 2 places at once. Just like... I thought something was off. Aha! That's it! It's crazy, but I just might work. This opens a path for me. This might be it. I can still pull this off. Okay, we're definitely doing this right now. Your Honor, I just realized something. Mr. Donatello's mistake opens up an entirely new possibility of events. Ha! I can't wait to see where this goes. I have to buy Iris some more time. I'm not sure whether to believe it if it actually happened, but maybe I can make them all think she did it. If this ends up going nowhere, I have to chance it. Iris is suddenly seen in 2 places at once. The courtyard and the balcony at the same time. How might we explain this? Yeah, we're going with this. Okay, let's just go get out of the way. That means, like, someone channeled her then. Think. When's the other time this exact thing has happened? You don't mean... Mr. Nick, that's crazy! Has occurred at Temple. I'd like to remind you the defendant had an identical twin sister. It was her you saw. You're bluffing. Darn it, you called me on it. Okay, you folded really quickly, okay. Let's not try to forget who still has that upper hand. You're trying to suggest somebody summoned her late sister. There's no way to prove that. There's no way she could have been in 2 places at once. No, there isn't. It's impossible to prove whether the spirit was channeled. Mr. Wright, saying somebody channeled her is an accusation of by itself. But you know who it may have been? No, not yet. Alas, what you propose is still within the realms of possibility. GK2 was a major event. It proved to the world the Karain technique was not a sham. Okay, it was this line. Oh, this line I was waiting for. Oh god, the world building. Oh yes. Despite how much I like to discount as superstition, I cannot deny existence of spirits. Yeah, but this point of a spirit actually being shown off in the Bridge to the Turnabout case itself, a ghost just erupting from Maya on the witness stand herself, after from the testimony, and everyone in the courtroom saw it, the gallery. Documented case of ghosts and spirits. Oh god, thinking back on it, I love, okay, the opening there is great. And just re-watching someone's thoughts in that case just was really fun. And just, yeah, even Edgeworth was like still caught in the stigma of it, of him literally not falling into spirit medium stuff. Like, Deal 6 definitely did have hampering in the whole world. Like, it literally just kind of just proved to like the whole world and almost to like even the police that spirit mediums like didn't work, even though it was mostly just a mistake of the victim of Miles' dad, like not naming the right culprit because even he didn't know. So, yeah, definitely got into some people's heads. Yeah. GK2? That was the official case title for the Elise Donham murder 8 years ago. Oh! Does the prosecution accept this as an alternate theory? I acknowledge its basis. I do not, however, support Wright quite transparently using it to prolong the case. I'm not. Witness, are there ways to see if a channeling occurred? We could perform the spirit severing technique. I tell if the spirit is still present. However, she's already departed. There will be no way to find out who did it. It'll be very difficult. Now, let's not waste time. Prosecution requests a recess to test this technique. Both the suspect and an experienced medium are present. It will not take long. Very well. I'm curious to know if that really is her sitting in the defendant's chair. Okay. Hold it. What? Y'all suck! I beg your pardon? What are you doing back in here? Setting you straight. Are we seriously doing this? I mean, like, really? Nobody channeled nobody, and you all know it. You're not just pulling this straight from your rears. Only one of us? Only your butt. This is a legitimate theory. I give him good reasoning. Bull crap. You just want to divert attention away to somebody else. Not even mentioning the biggest flaw with it. It means somebody had to have channeled Hawthorne. Yes, that's kind of the point. Do you get it, moron? She was a homicidal maniac. Yes, and... nobody in their right mind would do it. Well, somebody was in their right mind. Let's see you give a better explanation. No, she's right. God damn it! I hate you, Gladys. You're entertaining but Jesus. We've had our fun, but it must end here. I can't let you try and pass this off as anything more than discontent to prolong the proceedings. Forget her. You were just about to let us test this. I may have spoken too soon. Let me recant my previous statement. God damn it. Before any testing is performed, I want you to give me a complete rebuttal. Our deck has been dealt. You have your hand, and I have mine. Thank you for repeating this exactly. I don't want to go back to poker puns right now, okay? Let's see if you can pull off your gamble. Oh, we're doing this now. Okay, argument. Wright's bluff. I'll entertain your theory, but only so long as you can back it up. So far, there's nothing to suggest that the deceased Miss Hawthorne was summoned, nor a reason for why their meaning was done it. We can easily explain both witness statements using my logic. If you intend to trick this court, I demand you at least support your words. Okay. Bluff, hand, deck, these are all poker terms. Thank you for revealing the obvious. Well, that's one thing I have plenty of experience with. Sort of also cheating a bit as well. Well, Trucy's help, but I'm, cheating court, okay. With words. Williamson's just been toying with me this whole trial. All the vague hints, getting rid of his witness, and now playing along with his off-the-wall theory. Well, now, he wants to call me on my own bluff? I'll call him out on his. He wants Irish to be found innocent. He does? Huh. I accept your challenge. It's all or nothing now. Williamson? All in. Okay. It's a one-shot. Okay. Okay. Definitely need a save just in case then. Wright's bluff. I'll entertain your theory, but only so long as you back it up. Okay. Just because save scum, okay? I'll entertain your theory as long as you back it up. Just a few moments ago, you were willing to accept it. I must recant that. It seems to me you should give it more thought. Until then, I stand by Miss Porter. What is this to you? Just some sort of means to confront me over your grudge? What do you want? How far are you willing to go, right? What kind of man are you, really? I must know. Okay, we're doing mind reading stuff. Okay, you read my mind, now we're gonna read your mind. Okay. So far, there's nothing to suggest that Miss Hawthorne was summoned. She was seen in two separate places by a witness who may or may not be reliable. They remind you she is half blind, yeah, nearsighted. There is possibility, but not certainty. Who else could it have been? As prosecutor, it's not my job to clear the defendant, it's yours. There's no opening for channeling. You were in the courtyard yourself and never mentioned seeing the suspect there. Well, we never even saw, like, we literally just ran inside from what I remember, so, yeah. Plus, we, like, didn't even look outside or around too much, so, yeah. How do I prove this? There has to be a way. No reason for why the medium may have done it, so we need... So, legit, just based on how Gladys Porter doesn't outline it completely, we have to prove that someone channeled her? Oh, yay. Even though it doesn't seem like it's what happened or something, it's something to prolong, okay. So I just need to absolutely propose a possibility then. A motive? Precisely. Killing the Hawthorne woman is a crime in of itself. Wait, it's a crime? Well, I can imagine after like 7 years of just learning spirits are now a thing. There'd be probably put laws in place. Do not channel this homicidal person, okay? We do not want another murder happening. Confine her to the spiritual realm. Let her die off slowly. Let her stew in her own agony into hell. Must be the weirdest thing, just like... Oh god, that must be something weird, like maybe like a few months after the bridge the Turnabout GK2, you called it, the court proceeding file number? people just like seeing the new laws and just policies about do not channel this one at all costs, do not channel old criminals at all costs, and people like, what? Why is this here now? Spirits don't exist. Oh boy. And people had so much time to get used to that. Oh boy. Not to mention extremely dangerous to the medium himself. That, I can't argue with that. Yeah, I can probably just dip into or something. Even the person doing the channeling would have been in danger. But you see, it would be folly. You need to be suicidal to even try it. What if there was something even more important? Something worth risking your own life for? Give you a card, play it. Don't worry, I have a Uno Reverso. No holding back, now or never. Okay. You can easily explain both witness statements using my logic. Porter's statement and Miss Meredith directly contradict each other. Nonsense. This looks like shot of rifle was seen by you and Miss Porter. Miss Porter fainted and Sister Iris made her way to ground level. Okay, so Gladys fainted, so she didn't see anything else. Like literally, Dahlia, well, quote unquote, Dahlia could have been there this, like the time, like, you know, she fainted. So there, she was seen by the second witness. It wasn't time to walk that far. Who's to say she walked? She jogged, ran. No, she crawled there. The bruises in her body are not limited to her shoulder. It may indicate she tried to flee by jumping down. She realized escape was pointless with a broken arm and hobbled away until the police arrived. Are you admitting that her shoulder wasn't hurt from firing the gun? If I am, there's still evidence pointing to her. Certainly, it's easier to swallow than the ghost did it. Well, I mean, the ghost did it, kind of, like, did do it in that one case, like, years ago, but, yeah. It may be difficult, but it can still prove this. Confidence. Will that be enough to pull you through? That's all I have. To penetrate this court, I demand you at least support your words. Okay. This isn't just a bluff. Ha! Wouldn't that be funny? Humorous, stand-up comedian. Bluffing's your forte, of course it is. To succeed, you have an already convicted criminal with a motive to throw in the mix. But one who couldn't be held accountable. Truly convenient. I gather you fill with spirit mediums? It's more than just a little possible. Possible is dangerous. As Miss Porter suggested, one would have to be crazy if attempted. So we need to prove a spirit medium who was there at the time was crazy enough to channel her. I see. There's been a court order against this very sort of thing. Okay, so policy world-building. Yeah, God, I love it. Like, that's the one thing, like, the main reason I've been so, like, I guess, going against spoilers and all that, just, like, because, honestly, I was just restricting myself of saying all that stuff. Because, like, even, like, the other, like, future games, Dual Destiny and Spirit Justice by their own self, and I guess a tiny bit of investigations, but not entirely, have, like, only been, like, they base off so many of their premises off, like, the past games, but do not, like, they really go out of their way to, like, even contradict and, like, give some plot holes to actually, like, the past, like, I guess, cases. Like, they do their hardest not to spoil it so hard. Like, it's, like, the best, God. You could have just built off of it and just, like, you know, like, not, like, say outright what it is, but don't, like, actually, like, outright, like, lie and just say, like, oh, this didn't happen or anything like that. It's one thing if you lie in, like, marketing or something like that, like, so, like, you know, you get, like, audiences that think a certain frame, like, you know, state of mind and all that. I've seen some, like, games actually do that same sort of thing, lying to the audience, and there's a twist or something like that, like, maybe the beginning, the middle, or by the end, and, like, it does it well. Like, the few times I've seen that, like the creators, like, lie through marketing and all that, like, lie about, like, this person is the person you're focusing on, all that, and marketing, yeah, it comes out really good and all that, but that's only if what's outside the scope of it. Just, The first three games do it extremely well about all that whole thing. Like, literally, I still remember, like, distinctly, like, Trials and Tribulations literally based off, like, several old, like old cases in the past two games. Even, like, Justice for All did the whole thing with case 1 with the Steel Samurai, 3 had Adrian Andrews come back, and then the whole thing just, they literally just bring up the whole case itself. They don't detail it further, but they make it clear, like, you know, you should know what happened there. But in other future games, like, they just kind of just, like, say stuff like like in investigation games, I remember distinctly, Francisca just says when Miles gets basically just accused of suspected crime. Is like, oh, a Von Karma being suspected of a crime? This is unheard of! Like, are you serious? No. Why? God. My God. There's been a court order against this very sort of thing. I had to go on that little ramble first. A court order isn't going to stop somebody from determined enough. I mean, just if someone like outlaws it, you can legally just do it. Like, oh, there's a no loitering sign. Time to loiter and litter. You can prove it, by all means, do. Your mere supposition won't get you far. Cold, hard logic is required. Well, can you get a microwave or something? Who, where, when, why? I know about her that I should be able to come up with something. I need to do it fast. Where are you going with this? We'll see. I'm not entirely sure myself. Mr. Livingston was ready for this. I'm just toying with you right now. You know that, right? You have to be careful. We need some way to extend the case. This is just stalling tactic. To make it work, Miss Iris can't go to jail. I can't really mistreat me like a cat with a yarn. But if he wants a show, he'll have it. I'll find a way to make this stick. Okay, so we need to prove that Dahlia was channeled. There's no like lingering trace to be heard of in this with the game leading up to this so far right now. So they apologize does not bring up a single thing about it. Even investigation itself doesn't bring up spirit channeling. So since this game doesn't take place after all those games, chronologically speaking, and over Wright, Joe Destiny's timeline and all that, then we're only dealing with like all we know from the first three games. Just Ace Attorney, just Phoenix Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trust Regulations. And so far, we know literally nothing about like spirit channel, channeling, leaving a trace behind. So all we can do is all we can do we can't really do all we can do is present a possibility. We can't really prove it. And back it up as far as nothing suggests the deceased was summoned. No reason for why the medium may have done it. Easily explain both witness statements using the logic and contradiction could immediately support your words. So, are you supposed to present who exactly done it? Or since he keeps bringing up motive-wise, we had to bring it up. The reason why the medium done it. I guess, well, I think there's a few reasons, okay, for motive-wise, there's a Valley's family card, I guess, if, the rifle didn't work. Or maybe, literally the Valley's family was behind all this, or the recording bug and all that. That just means Glass Porter was paranoid before even coming here. She actually didn't even mention who her client was either, that's the whole thing, just, No reason for why the medium may have done it. One of those two. One of those two. And this is not it. It's the card or bug. We haven't heard much about the Valley's family, and so they had to have some part in play in this. So, well, let's go with this first. Object to this testimony. You do. Why? Because it's detrimental to my case. Okay, that's Wong. Lodging your theory, but only so long as you can back it up. Okay. So, either out of everyone here, if we're gonna present the possibility that Dahlia was channeled, then I'm literally okay. So out of this, Pearl obviously wouldn't do that. Even if God, why would Pearl even channel that? Basically at this point, she already knows all about it. Just why channel again after literally Maya was go be in danger before, especially since the last time she tried channeling her, that case years ago. Yeah, no, that's no. And Pearl cares about Maya too much and all that. Yeah, even helping with Iris here. Yeah, no. Bikini was at the front gate, and besides, Bikini also has foreknowledge about Dahlia Hawthorne and Iris, so obviously she wouldn't channel this. The same reason as Pearl. Again, the same reason. Iris, yeah, no. Besides, Iris has seen two ladies at once. She could have done it. Meredith was with Donatello at the time, so that's 2 for 2. Maya was with Phoenix inside at the time, and because that she got shot, so obviously not that. So that leads down to one person. So either that leads down to presenting why she would have done it, or just presenting her profile. So it's either profile or motive. let's go with person. Hi! No. Okay, that doesn't work either. So motive-wise, okay. Motive-wise, so... entertain your theory, but only so long as you get back up. The reason for why the medium may have done it. So pepper spray, that was by there. The recording bug? No, just this testimony. What reason? If we're gonna go with any possibility that someone channeled Dahlia, it has to be Gladys Porter then. Like, literally has to be. No one else would match up too well. Because paranoia, recording bugs, she has a client, something like that, or validating a card. She may not be part of the, like, I guess, Realize family itself, maybe, or if she is, that would explain why she would channel. So, So far, there's nothing suggests. Okay, like, okay, just repressing this statement has made me think of something else. Another reason why, like, they would channel Dolly Hawthorne in the moment. They have to be crazy to do that, or maybe their life was in danger, and they did it to, like, protect themselves. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, so I definitely had to look this up, but it kind of makes sense, but like, not a line of logic. I guess it's supposed to be just because we're trying to present some possibility for it. So, the reason why they would channel Dolly Hawthorne would I was thinking purely in terms of like, why would Gladys Porter channel in the moment? Because it definitely seems like it's not her. At the same time, So the main reason why any medium would channel Dahlia is because... Was it really this simple? This makes sense, but it almost seems too easy. I had to look this up, so it's not easy to me, but maybe it was easy to many other people. Here goes nothing. Take a look back at Hazakura. What was the motive then? It was to kill Mystic Maya. That's the same reason this happened. Dahlia Hawthorne was being used as a means of murder. I was... Oh, okay. I was more focused on literally just pinpointing reasons to why, like... Well, I was thinking for, since... Okay, out of everyone... I narrowed it down to Gladys Porter because everyone else doesn't make too much sense why they would do that. Like, in terms of just, like, little social group-wise. And to her, I was trying to apply to her reasons why she would do it. And like, it means a murder. That's a possibility. I should have learned like the possibility of like, if Dahlia Hawthorne was being channeled, like she would have tried to kill Maya. Makes sense, motive for that. But like, Gladys Porter was literally about to do like a whole interview, like report with Maya. So, and then she was gunned down before then. I was thinking in terms of like, why would Gladys actually like channel her right then and there when that was all happening? The murder weapon was a spirit? In a manner of speaking, yes. Well, I'm satisfied. Okay. Wait, you are? Credit where it's due. Now this opens the more important question. Who did it? The case of Hazakura was hardly ignored by media, and much less the Faye clan. It'd be hard to believe any medium wouldn't know the implications of calling that particular spirit. Who channeled Dahlia? This is gonna stick. I need to find out who possibly had it on for Maya. In for Maya? There's one person who's been acting suspiciously. I still don't have the full story for what she's doing or why. Is it really her? I don't know. I have to run with it. If you're really innocent, then I'm sorry. But I promised Maya would solve this. And ours is counting on me. We need a new suspect now. The person who channeled Dahlia Hawthorne is... If it's not her, that's like... even if like she's innocent, like the only possible person she could have done it, like from what we literally know, and suspicious is moi, you, Gladys Porter. What? A witness? Surely you jest. She had the perfect chance to pull it off. No, I couldn't. You could. Gladys Porter, or should I say, Makoto Faye, your spirit medium. No. Hey, how many do you have? Look, listen, Spray! Stop it! He's lying! Don't say anything that Bag says. Oh, D-Bag. Miss Porter, you hardly have any reason to deny it. No, lying will only make you look worse. You and I both know you're innocent, so start acting like it. How are you sure? Think. She never had an opportunity to channel anyone. You were there with her. Not the whole time. There was a good gap, but I couldn't see what she was doing. Then tell us, when did she supposedly channel spirit? Between the first shots, between the first and second shots, the second and third. Between the second and third, I think? It's probably just because of timing, because it's been a bit. So, okay, so the second shot happened when they were in the courtyard, and that was when, and as the second shot was when Phoenix went inside, so right then and there. It was after the second shot. She has an alibi for the first two, but not the only one which counts. We still haven't found the third bullet. Who's to say it wasn't shot from a different gun? No, what about me fainting? Whatever happened to that? Who's to say when it happened? Don't you know what happens when you release an angry spirit? I've seen it happen before. I think you fainted after she left your body. You stupid... Witness quiet. No need to worry, he can't prove this. He's given opportunity, but no evidence or motive. Evidence or motive? I'm betting I can supply one of those. Either that or Porter summoned Dahlia. That she may have been after Maya. What can I present for either of these? Motive-wise? Like, she's definitely... Okay, if we're gonna go with that, obviously recording bug, I'll save again. Because she obviously was planting bugs all around it, so she definitely was suspicious about someone or something. And even maybe just to keep tabs on someone, so this could be something? Miss Porter, what were you doing with those recording devices? You still haven't given a satisfactory answer to that. You put them there because you wanted to know where she would be. You were spying on Maya and setting a trap for her. That's not it. I know it looks crazy, but it's not it. And what was it? I plead insanity. What? The saddest part is that might actually work. Okay. If you're willing to divulge this information, then Mr. Wright's claims may hold some water. Your rash behavior is not going to do you any favors. You're making a suspect out of yourself. What? Clever man. You managed to win the court over your twisted logic. The trick, Your Honor. He's creating a new suspect so he can buy his client some more time. Aren't you? You made a suspect out of my witness. It's clear that this case is more complicated than it appeared at first sight. What would you recommend? We need to continue investigating. The prosecution agrees. Wait, you agree? But didn't you just say it was... It's a reasonable request, given the hole you exposed? The trial must continue tomorrow. We won't have all the answers until then. He's letting me win. I just had to work for it. You just gotta work for your success. This is all part of his plan. I suppose we should extend the proceedings? Or we'll reconvene tomorrow, as requested. Miss Porter, you will accompany me to the police station. No, wait! You got it all wrong! Calm yourself, we'll see how Wright's accusation holds up. If story checks out, you'll be free to go. I'm sure you have nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be... My team will look into the issue regarding Miss Hawthorne. You'll know shortly if it happened. Until then, the prosecution rests. Nothing. Okay. Well, there goes there. You don't really think Miss Porter's the one, do you? Oh god, I hope she is. No, she's great. Entertaining. We'll see. Right now, it's kind of a stretch. I don't think it was her. She's too... quirky. Quirky is just the next step to insanity. You'll get all cleared up tomorrow, won't you? I won't let an innocent person take the fall, no matter what happens. If she's not responsible, we'll fix things. I trust you. You always get it right. You pulled it off pretty well out there. Well, thank you. I wasn't expecting anyone to believe it. Honestly, I'm surprised it worked. The final argument was almost too easy. It was handed to me on a silver platter. In a manner of speaking, sort of. More of. It was? Williamson meant for me to win. I'd almost say he wanted someone else to get blamed. Wanted it? But why? I think he might not want Iris to get convicted. But why exactly? So... he's on your side? Maybe. Although I'm still not quite sure what to expect from him. Accusing Porter went too smoothly. Despite how many holes my argument had. Yeah, that's probably the biggest reason why I got a bit confused actually going through it. He could have easily shut me down. Why didn't he? He knows more than I do, that much is clear. And yet... he didn't react the same as he did when he happened in the waters. Things change about that man. Bravo, right? Oh, hi. You can't cheer me up or something like that? Bravo. I wasn't expecting you to take this case. You didn't fail to surprise me. I wasn't expecting you to take the case. Okay. Why are you here? Congratulate you. You passed. Passed? Section 1 of your final exam. Oh gosh, we're back in schools? God. Exam? Yes. You really will do whatever it takes for his client. You are here, defense Sarius, correct? Not entirely. Sure, I want to see her freed. That's part of it, but I was truly honest with myself. I'm here for Maya. Find the person who shot her? Is that really such a bad motivation? I'm not gonna respond, huh? The accused another of my witnesses. It's just like with Mr. Waters. Only I don't think you actually believe the witness was guilty this time. Do you? I don't know. The years as the Borscht Bowl Club champion have done you well. I can barely read you. Why aren't you angry? I can't answer that yet. I have no idea what you will or won't do from here on out. Whatever your current tactic is, it's working so far. You got your second day. We'll see what you can do with this. This isn't some pop quiz, Livingston. People's lives are at stake here. Indeed, which is why you will decide the outcome. Everyone's fate is in your hands. Everyone? Call it a leap of faith. In you, right? Like you, I took a large gamble today. Defy all expectations, so I must do what I can to understand you. Do not disappoint me. Okay, so you want to understand Phoenix then? Okay. Such all the last few cases you had, you now are kind of you kind of taking this as a chance to figure him out more. Weird, but okay. What is it that you know? What's this all about? Why and how am I being tested? I guess he's testing you to make sure that you're actually trustworthy because of forgeries, even though you were proved innocent for that. Like, could just be grudge talking. And his stubbornness. Oh, it's Gumshoe in Francisco. Oh boy. So we got more to look through. But literally, we don't really have too many leads on top of my head thinking about it now. Like, the only thing I can think on top of my head is just exploring the Dahlia Hawthorne lead, which I don't even think is really the case. It's just something. Like, God. Because if it wasn't Gladys Porter channeled her at any point, then literally that means someone here is lying then. That's all there is to it and all that. And going back to that point I made before about just the game series just continuing on forward to like try not to spoil itself and all that. Like it's kind of been pushed a couple times too. Like before Shooter Kumi like literally run to the writing to some other like writer and director. He kind of still had the whole thing just building off of the last cases, even if Apollo Justice like like loosely based off of it. They didn't try to hide anything that happened with the trilogy games. Legitimately, it just built off of it. They just made something new out of it. And then Dual Destinies and Sphere of Justice literally tries to follow along the plot line of Apollo Justice, but tries its hardest to not spoil it, which is just really weird to me. Just feels disingenuous. Like the main reason why I think one of the, in interviews, the main they said before, the main reason they written things a certain way is because they didn't want to spoil anything like that. Dual Destiny was meant to be like an entry point for people in the series, but now they're forced to continue off of that for the longest time instead of continuing off of it. I mean, it's fine for Dual Destinies to have it. Like, I guess if that's the main mission statement for Dual Destinies to be just an entry point, not spoil too much about it, but Sphere of Justice and all that, it just in combination with that, and just feels really weird. Really weird. Like, there's not too much of that happening in investigations games. Like, literally just, besides one line that Francisco said, which I outlined before, just that, which is just weird. Just really weird and awkward to think about if you give it 2 seconds of thought. It still tracks really well with the rest of the games, but Dual Destinies could have been way much more better if they actually built off of the characters and all that. Same thing with Spirit Justice. They literally just pulled, in an effort to not spoil what happened to Apollo Justice, they literally made up a new backstory for Apollo and gave just they kind of sidelighted him too, just to give Phoenix the spotlight too, which is God, I don't really like that too much. Like Apollo, like in both games, in both Dual Destinies and Spirit Justice, he's been shafted too much. He's literally just the defense for like two cases, and the rest are just focused on Phoenix. Like I guess you can make the case like they try their best to balance like the three main lawyers out of Athena, Apollo, and Phoenix there, but they didn't really have too much of a focus there. Then Spirit Justice is like it's kind of all over the place. Phoenix is meant to be the main protagonist there. Yet the very second the last case comes about, it tries to do like a big turn where it's trying to make you think, oh, Apollo was the real protagonist all along. This is this big conclusive arc. Yeah, no, just stop it now. Just no. Fall only had like two cases in there. Literally, Phoenix has two as well. Athena has one. God, I just like what was that? Dude, this is probably my least favorite game in hindsight, thinking back to it now, even though it was my very first like introduction to the series. But just in terms of exposure, then I went immediately back. Then Sphere Justice, like mystery wise, the game is really fine. Like it was a fun time to go through there, but in story wise, and character wise, it was very disappointing. That's just my take on it. Now there's some people like used before about the whole like Sphere Justice like mess up spirit like this retcon like spirit channeling, which in of itself like, I guess is not it's not too much of a bad thing, because even the original trilogy had like retcons in its own self. Like the first game, Phoenix like basically comments like this is the first time I've been the suspect chair before. Then Translations came along and Phoenix was actually accused of murder before, and like the game like kind of worked better like that, but just you have to use the retcons well if it's like to propel the story forward. And like Spirit Justice like that's another thing. Spirit Justice like purely was kind of partially made just to bring Maya back, and she was barely in it. Yeah, story wise it's bad. Mystery wise, Spirit Justice is really good. Dual Destinies is very meh on both fronts. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Just that's the biggest reason I didn't even go into spoilers of Dual Destinies and Spirit Justice too much. Mostly just because of just that point, which probably isn't a good enough reason, but both I use it in terms of just not spoiling anything going through here, just restricting like spoilers for other games, just so I don't actually accidentally say something if actually it's happening in the fan game itself, which sometimes actually worked and actually maybe be more creative in thinking things out. And now we're going from here. Okay, so this would be fun to leave this off. So we find some other lead, some other culprit who could have done this. Iris definitely couldn't have done it. Gladys is pointing towards like she definitely had no involvement. She definitely did faint, and I think the Dahlia Hawthorne like just lead is gonna go end up nowhere. So the leader must be someone else. So another gun in play. We need to find another gun somehow. Another gun. God, this is gonna be quite a bit. Time to look through literally every single house and just look through every single nook and cranny. Oh boy, golly gee willikers. But we'll find if we can find out if there's any other gun or any other method that if whoever could have shot Maya next time. So, have a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to be next time. What time may be. And I'll hope you fantastic day.